Hello Libra, welcome to November 2018. This is your card reading for the month. If you're familiar with my channel, normally I do oracle card readings, but this month we're going to be trying something new, and I'm going to be doing a tarot card reading for the month. Before we get to that, just a couple quick astrological updates. On the 8th of November, Jupiter, the planet of good luck and expansion, is going to be changing signs, moving from your second house of earned income into your third house of communication, siblings, neighbors, and friends. He will be in this part of your chart for over a year until December 2019. This is a great opportunity to launch any type of communication project you've been working on, a website, a YouTube channel, a podcast. It's also a good time to explore and learn new topics. Third house communication can also be about learning. It's also a time where you may be experiencing short distance travel opportunities and just enjoying good relations with your siblings. This is a good time to smooth over any conflict you may have been having with a sibling or someone like a neighbor, someone close to you, or like a family member or a friend who isn't a parent. The other big news astrologically is that on the 15th of November, Venus is going to go direct. She's been retrograde since the end of September. And then directly after that, Mercury is going to go retrograde. But the good news is, since Venus is your ruling planet, when she goes direct, this could be just a good energy for you. It's always more beneficial to have your ruling planet moving direct. And so you could find yourself thinking more clearly, have a better time making decisions. And if anything in your life was kind of stuck, with Venus going direct, you may be seeing some breakthroughs there. So let's get started with your card reading. I'm going to show you as I draw the cards. I've already shuffled this deck. I'm going to shuffle it once more, and I'm going to do it kind of away from the camera and the mic, just because that microphone's very sensitive. Okay, so and I've already shuffled them before the video started. So let's see what's your cards this month. Okay. So we have the Hermit, the Ace of Wands, Five of Swords reversed in this first row. Don't know if you can see that exactly. Middle row we have Six of Cups, Seven of Swords, Four of Swords reversed. Middle row we have Nine of Swords reversed, Six of Swords reversed, and then Six of Pentacles reversed. All right. So let's begin this interpretation, shall we? First row here, this is a pretty positive start to the month. I'm seeing you getting a ray of hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You may have been spending some time alone, and this time alone has served you well and has even created a new opportunity for you. For some of you, this may have been an actual period of isolation, but it also could have just been a period where maybe you were turning away social activities so you could focus on your own activities. So your own, whether it's like training or studying, a period of solitude where you're really focused on a goal. I'm seeing you getting the rewards now for that period of isolation and study. Whatever it may be. It could also just been maybe you weren't necessarily studying or working on a project. Maybe you just wanted some time to yourself, and now you're going to get the reward of that. You're going to be feeling refreshed, ready to go, new opportunities coming, and there's also a sense here that a crisis has been averted, that through this period of self-reflection and solitude, you've been able to avoid some negative thing from happening, that you averted a crisis by doing this. And this could even have been something you knew about, and then that was why you decided to go on this period of isolation and or study. I'm using the words interchangeably here because that's what I'm feeling for you intuitively. So this could have been a situation where you knew something had a potential to occur, and so you took proactive action to prevent this negative outcome, and as a part of that you had to make some sacrifices and even turn down maybe some more fun activities, but now you're going to get the reward for that period of time, and it paid off and the crisis is averted. Now as we move into the middle of the month, there could be some sort of issue related to either a child of yours or something from the past. And I feel like this could be, if it is an actual child, there's a potential that you're just worried about this child. Like maybe this is one of your children and they've done something, and maybe they've even been deceitful with you, and that's kind of affecting your own mental well-being. There's also a possibility here that something from your past that wasn't entirely finished is coming back into the present, and it could have been something you did in the past that you're not particularly proud of, and you're feeling really guilty about that, and this issue is going to be revisited in the middle of the month. There also could be a situation here where if you are dealing with some sort of deceit or betrayal, and you're worried and mentally concerned with this and not sure how to proceed, think back to the past and see if there was any type of situation you've already gone through that was similar to this situation now that's happening in the middle of the month, and see if you can learn any solutions from when you went through this situation before in the past and apply them to your present. And this would have been something that had happened to you long ago, so not in the recent past, but more of the distant past, like maybe 5 years or longer into the past. And for some of you this won't apply, but for some of you, you may have gone through this situation before, and if you think back to how it turned out the first time, you can take those lessons and apply them to the present day for a more successful outcome. So you kind of have to think back, how did I solve this problem before? Final row is showing me, so we have 9 of Swords reversed, 6 of Swords reversed, and then the 6 of Pentacles reversed. So the good news is that you're going to be getting some relief mentally here. So whatever this issue was that you were going through in the middle of the month, I feel like it's going to be resolved successfully, and it's going to be resolved through your own power, whether it's your mental power by reflecting back on the first time you went through this situation and how you resolved it, or even just your own power of will. You're going to be able to resolve this situation. There may be a trip that you are planning on taking that is going to be canceled or delayed in some way, and this could even be due to finances. Maybe there was some sort, you also could have been, so the end of the month we have Thanksgiving. And so there's a possibility here that maybe some of you wanted to go on a Thanksgiving trip back to your family, that you don't live with your family and you wanted to go visit them and spend time with them over the holiday period, and you were really worried about how you were going to pull this off, maybe because there's conflict with your family, or logistically they just live so far away you weren't sure how you were going to visit them. Keep in mind this is just an example, but it will apply to some. And so you were trying to figure out how you were going to do this, and then it just turns out you can't afford it, or you have a job obligation that you can't get out of, and so that's problem solved. And this is like a big relief for you because you were really worried about how you were going to make it work. And then these cards are saying that you can actually get out of this engagement or this travel opportunity. If it was a travel opportunity you did not want to engage in or take, you can get out of it by being really practical and just blaming your finances and being like, I'm really sorry, I can't come to Thanksgiving, I can't make this trip, I can't afford it, or I can't get the time off work. And then everyone is just going to have to be like, okay, we believe you, and there will be no hard feelings, crisis averted, and you're feeling great about it. So that's one possibility. That's like the more positive possibility here. But keep that in mind. If there's something you're trying to do and you are having a hard time swinging it financially, you just might not be able to do it towards the end of the month. This could also be a shopping thing. Maybe you were trying to make a big purchase towards the end of the month and you're just looking over your finances and you're like, you know what, I really just can't afford it. And once you reach that conclusion, you're going to feel a lot better because you'll realize that even though you want it, you just can't afford it, the time isn't right, and it's like a relief is like a weight is lifted off your shoulders and you get some relief from this worry and anxiety you've been feeling. The caution here is don't be deceitful. Don't be deceitful. If there's something you don't want to do, like let's say you don't want to go to your Thanksgiving trip or your Thanksgiving family reunion this year, don't lie. Don't make up an excuse as to why you can't go. Be very practical and honest with why you can't go, and that will A, it will make you feel better, and that's what the cards are saying to do, but B, it will prevent you from getting stuck in this web of lies. So if you can't afford it, even if it's one of those situations where like technically you could afford to go, or you could afford to make this purchase or even give this loan to this person who's asked, because this could also be a child asking you for a loan this month, you can just say, you know what, I don't have the money for this, I'm sorry. And then that's all you need to say. End of sentence, full stop. I just can't afford it. Be practical here. Don't make something up. Don't think of an excuse that doesn't really fly. So I hope that this was helpful. And I think that even though the cards do show that there's like some sort of trip or purchase you're not going to be able to make, the way out of it is just being honest. Don't engage in deceit or lies to make something up. Just be honest about why you can't do it or can't fulfill this promise even that you've made. And I think it will work for the best. But the beginning of the month is really positive, where you achieve some sort of goal that you've been working towards for a long time. So that's great. And then just remember, towards the end of the month, honesty is the best policy, and whatever has been worrying you or keeping you up at night, it will pass. So thank you for watching. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you next month.